purpose of today is let's call it an information session. So it's really to give you a bit more information about the Ready to Rise programme, explain who we all are, and give you the opportunity to ask any questions to help you decide if this is the right programme for you, clarify any questions around eligibility and so on. So first thing I'm going to do is hand over to Emma, who's just going to explain what a social enterprise actually is. So Emma, over to you.
Thank you. So thank you, Leslie, and I am a business advisor that works with Firstport. So my day-to-day is talking to people who want to start up social enterprises, who just have an idea, they're not quite sure what it looks like. We keep a really simple definition of a social enterprise, so it's very much a business. So you have to have that element of thinking about making money, but the core of it is about environmental or social aims. So something good that you want to do is what everything is hanging around, and then hopefully you can generate some income from different things in order to fund that activity. So it's not wildly scary or different from things you might have heard from before, but it's very much, I mean, I'm biased because I sit in social enterprise and work with social enterprise, but it's a great way to do business, and it's a way that the economy in Scotland is moving very much towards more social enterprises, more businesses that are doing good. And yeah, that's the kind of whirlwind version of a social enterprise. But again, when you guys can ask questions, more than happy to unpack that a little bit more.
And I just come in and ask a question before we start with everything else. Maybe you can give us a little bit of information what this change for good can look like, or what kind of themes that means.
Yeah. So I suppose social enterprises can be in any sector. So I work with, we've got examples that are sort of cafes. We've got people who are running brilliant workshops around internet safety for kids. They're the ones on the top of my head this morning. There's no sector that can't be a social enterprise. There's no set structure for social enterprise. So that's where it gets a little bit messy, where people are like, I'm not quite sure what it looks like. It's very much just, if you can say that the core of your business is aiming to do something good, then that's usually the beginning of what a social enterprise is. I guess I've lost the question already. I know this is where I'm at this morning. So you're muted. We're doing good.
Sorry, it's early in the morning. I think that's the problem. You don't get them. Yeah, it was more about what can the good be. It can be supporting, just as you said, it can be for all sorts of problems that people have. It can be supporting moms. It can be talking about, just as you said, internet security for kids. So it can have various themes. But maybe there will be some questions along that later on.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely, I think it's just about thinking, well, a lot of people come to social enterprise with that lived experience where they've been through something, or they've seen something in their family and they want to make a change. They want to have an impact on that group. And it really doesn't matter what that group is. So it could be, it could be kids, it could be women, it could be, there's brilliant examples of like men's sheds where older men are being supported in that kind of space. So doesn't matter who it is. It can also be environmental. So there's people doing a bit of both. There's people really focusing on, improving kind of the land around where they live or where they work, the sea, anything about the environment now, given the current climate. I was going to use the word catastrophe, but it feels too early in the morning for that chat. But it's, environmental, social. There's really just no limit to things as long as you think it's going to be doing good, and it's not for you to take that money away and buy yachts in the Mediterranean and sail off, unless they're doing something really exciting for the Mediterranean Sea. Then that's where we.
Thank you, Emma. Perfect.
Thanks, Emma. So it was just to clarify, in case some of you are wondering what we mean when we use the term social enterprise. So in terms of this programme, what is Ready to Rise? So it stands for Readiness and Incubation for the Social Economy, or in some workplaces. It's referred to as Readiness and Incubation for Social Enterprise. And it's a pilot programme that we are aiming particularly at women in Scotland who might have the potential to be social entrepreneurs. You might not have even got to the point of considering setting up a social enterprise or becoming a social entrepreneur as the means to generate income and work flexibly. But that's what this programme is here to do. So it's the bit before. It's you might have an idea, or you might just be keen to know more and take this journey to decide if it is the right thing for you to get this work-life blend that you want to earn an income but also achieve social impact while you're doing so. So as I said at the start, and particularly for those who have maybe just joined us, this is a partnership between myself, Anya, and our colleagues at the Challenges Group and Firstport, where Emma is from, who are this agency in Scotland for helping social entrepreneurs start up. So it's the first time we've run this programme. It is a pilot, and we're hopeful that if we can demonstrate its impact, we get to do it again. So our aims are to support women to build up their confidence and their networks, to identify the work-life blend that is going to really suit them. So the majority of women take on the heaviest load of caring responsibilities, household management, and all sorts of other things. So it's about figuring out where work fits into that and what you can give and how much time you can give and so on. It's about discovering or uncovering your existing skill set and your transferable skills, and potentially identifying a business idea that could benefit your community or the environment or society. There will be an opportunity to access practical and possibly financial support to test the business idea out, or if you get to the end of the programme and decide it's maybe not for you, it's also then about understanding, looking at your skills and your aims and your ambitions, and understanding the employment, volunteer, training, apprenticeship, education opportunities that might be available to you to make the next step, whatever that is appropriate for you. So as I've said, we are the Challenges Group. We are social businesses who provide Chartered Management Institute recognised training across 7 countries. And some of you will know that we deliver the Making Work suite of programmes to women in Scotland, and that's aimed at women who want to return to or progress in work after a career break. And our friends at Firstport are a charity and social enterprise who help budding social entrepreneurs actually bring those ideas to life, and they provide a whole load of support around that. The funding for this programme is coming from the Scottish Government's Pathways Fund, and the aim here is really to address underrepresentation in social entrepreneurship, particularly when it comes to the gender pay gap. So that's where that comes from, but the Pathways Fund's covering a lot of other programmes as well. So what can you expect if you sign up for the programme? We take a holistic approach to our training, so we provide a series of interactive training sessions as well as additional support. So there'll be self-study made available to you through the Chartered Management Institute and signposting to other organisations and sources of support and help. We always run our training with a peer-led approach. So it's not about us talking at you for a couple of hours every week. It's about you bringing to the table your skills, your experience, your perspectives, and drawing that out of one another. That's how we run all our trainings, and it's incredibly powerful, much more than just having somebody talk to you for a couple of hours. We're absolutely sector agnostic, so we are not aiming to plug gaps in any particular sector. Your area of interest can be anything whatsoever. As Emma said, social enterprise can exist in any sector. As I've said, we will work with you to make connections, help you build your networks up, and signpost you to additional support that can also help you do that. As you will have gathered, we are values-led and purpose-driven, so both of our organisations are social businesses that are here not just to provide a service to you in training and opportunities, but to support your fulfilment in your work life. And We also have a lot of experience regarding flexible working, particularly in the post-pandemic landscape. So we will help you design the work-life blend that's really going to work for you. Our overall programme manager, Lynn Humdy, was voted Flex Influencer of 2022. So you are in very good hands, the team. So in terms of the structure of the training, we will be holding live training over Zoom on a Wednesday morning, running around about 10 to 12 each time. Occasionally a session might be slightly longer depending on the subject matter. The training will run for 6 weeks, starting on the 21st of February. It's quite a short training course, so we would want anybody signing up for it to be able to attend all of those sessions because of the peer-led aspect to it, and to make sure you get the holistic bumper pack of materials that we have to share with you. And we don't ever record our training sessions. We want to create a safe, confidential learning environment for everybody. So that's why it's really important that you can commit to showing up those 6 weeks. In terms of the content, after we've made our introductions and got to know you and why you're interested in pursuing this or finding out more, Emma will be running an ideation session, which will be an interactive workshop, having a lot of fun, but also really exploring your ideas, your passions, your motivations, and seeing what comes out of that. Then, as I've said, we'll work with you on designing an ideal work-life blend for you, your circumstances, your family. We will help you build your confidence up, and we have a module dedicated to the subject of imposter syndrome. Those two words come up over and over again. We will talk about flexible working and, as I've said, help you tease out your transferable skills. And when we close at the end of 6 weeks, we will set you a challenge to define what your next steps are. And at the end of that training, if you decide social enterprise is not for you, that is absolutely fine. We will help you with signposting and connections, as I've said. But if you do decide that you would like to pursue your idea, you will receive further idea incubation support and business advice from our friends at Firstport. To be eligible to be part of the Ready to Rise programme, you have to be a woman who lives in Scotland and be interested in exploring the possibility of setting up a social business or a social enterprise. You don't need to have an idea to take part, but if you do have an idea, it would be great if you could articulate that to us in a way that we can understand what it is you're looking to achieve. And the other factor in the eligibility list is that if you're already established as a social business or a community interest company, ideally, I would say you don't necessarily need us. This is for the step before. So you can't yet be established, but as long as you're a woman who lives in Scotland and you're interested, you're eligible for the programme. So we're aiming to support up to 15 women as part of this programme. And it's not a competitive process, but it is about, we'll be interested in finding a really good diverse group of women with diverse backgrounds, diverse ideas, as well as a commitment to be able to attend all of the training. And if we are oversubscribed with applications, we will open a waiting list and we will seek to support anybody who doesn't make it onto the programme with further signposting and information. So some of the questions that came out of the expressions of interest on our form that we opened up a little while back, I just wanted to address some of them now. So the hours of commitment, and is there a cohort group? So as I've said, it'll be 2 to 3 hours on a Wednesday for 6 weeks for the live training, plus some self-study in your own time. And that cohort group will be a closed group for you to get to know each other and support one another and learn from one another. Somebody had asked us the timings, so as I say, it'll be 10 to 12 or 10 to 12:30, depending on the content. Is this suitable for me? I have already started a business. If you have started a business that is a community interest company, a registered social enterprise, then this is not suitable for you. If, however, you have a business or a fledgling business that you would like to turn into a social business, then yes, the programme would be suitable for you. Guidance on how to set up a business, the answer to that is yes, but only within the context of social enterprise. And signposting for startup funding, absolutely. There's lots of different sources of funding out there, and Firstport can definitely help with that when you get to that stage in the process. So that's a bit of a whistle-stop tour of the programme. The applications are now open, and we're here today to give you the chance to ask any questions you might have, but also if something occurs after the session is finished, you have our email contact, so just please do get in touch if there's anything that we haven't clarified for you.